Hi Capricorn, welcome to your 30th to the 5th of November 2023. So this is going to be general guidance messages for the week ahead. Okay, let me just pop this down a little bit so it's like that. Okay, so if you want a private, it's in the iDot. There's brand new readings in store. There's 2024. There is specific questions. If you've got specific questions, tarot coaching, face-to-face, everything. The full moon in the back end of Taurus is also available, but for 2 days only because it was this previous weekend. Okay, so I've said to the other signs that I'm going to start doing readings based off how they get viewed. So basically, if there's a lot of likes on a video, if there's a lot of comments on a video, because I know I haven't been around, if there's a lot of views, then I will start to prioritize that sign. So if you want to see Capricorn be one of the first up, especially if I don't have the energy to fulfill the whole playlist, then you need to start liking, comment. So then, you know. Okay. So what are we seeing for Capricorns, please? What are we seeing for Capricorns? Journey, okay. I am getting homelessness here for some people, or someone needing to leave a home. So this could be someone who's being asked to leave a home just because she's got all of the suitcases. This could be someone who's dealing with kind of going from place to place and they're struggling for money. So that was a message for some of you. Obviously, you need to start looking at the support that you can get. So you need to look into government support. You need to look into people who'll be able to support you through this time. Some of you might be going on a trip this week. You might just be going on a holiday. But yeah, some of you, I think there's kind of some challenges here, okay? I feel like right now some of you are having to be really self-contained because, again, there's a lot of challenges for someone. Some of you, this journey you're about to go on is going to take courage, okay? So some of you, it's either you're going through something that's taking a lot of strength. So a person who goes through homelessness, a person who goes through loss of a job, loss of a person, it takes a lot of strength and courage and self-control to, you know, carry on in the face of that. But some of you are being told you can get through this, right? But it's about looking for the right support and staying strong in what you're personally going through. Some of you have been stuck in a rut, and this is about you need to take a journey, okay? And to take the journey, it's going to take you facing your fears. It's going to take courage. It's going to take facing your fears to get out of what you're in and to go on this new journey. Okay? So, yeah, fear. Especially for the Capricorn man. Now, the journey could be into a new relationship. The journey could be into a new career. Because that's what life is, right? It's a set of journeys within a journey. Okay? So this is basically... You need to face your fear to be able to journey into love after a past heartbreak or a failed marriage or whatever. You need to face your fear to build a business even though you don't know what you're doing. Okay? Abundance. So for some of you Capricorns, and I think this makes sense, your heart belongs to a farm. Your heart belongs to like a homesteader. So what I'm getting here is some of you want to live out of the cities, you want to live off grid, you want to live in a caravan, you want to live on a boat, and it's going to take courage. It's going to take, you know, firstly you have to wrap up all of your old life, your comfort zone, and you have to go out into the unknown, right? Because look, we've got the lion. So this lion is not sedentary, this lion is not sitting calmly, he's prowling. Right, and that's what lions do, right? They have to go out into the forest and they have to go out into the jungle, wherever they live, and they have to prey and they have to, you know, face the fear, and at any time they could be attacked, right? So yeah, some of you're kind of in danger right now. There is predators around you, there is challenges around you, there is some of you, it could be your own inner primal nature is kind of scared, right? Because it knows it's going into the unknown, so your body will go into hyper alert, it'll go into stress response. But yeah, some of you are longing for a new life. And again, because Capricorn is an earth sign, you do love like nature, you love animals, so you would do really well on a farm, you would do really well living off grid, right, as opposed to in all these frequencies and technologies and stuff like that. But to get to this life that you want, it's going to take courage. It's going to be accepting the fear of the unknown, okay? Because everyone hates the matrix until you leave the matrix and you see how much comfort it offers. And I've been doing a lot of traveling in the last year or two, and I've seen that. One thing I'll say about the matrix is you just don't realise what you've got until you leave it, okay? You don't realise how good Britain is until you go to Spain, okay? Or other countries, right? So everyone loves to demonise the matrix, including myself, until you see what the matrix offers in terms of comfort, in terms of like just general easiness. But just because something is easy doesn't mean you should accept it. Okay, yeah, maybe living off grid offers more challenges and it doesn't offer the comfort and the easiness, but maybe your heart is full, your soul is inspired, you're happier, okay? So the easy life is convenient, and at times people can choose that, right? But also taking the hard path can also be very fulfilling and rewarding on many levels, okay? I feel like some of you have got some healing work that you need to do as well. So you did have like Sagittarius. This could be shopping around for a spiritual community, a healer, a counsellor, a therapist. So yeah, some of yous, you're looking to find that person you really connect with, who can guide you. That's something that some of yous are doing as well. Door to personal healing and happiness. Okay, so yeah, and again, you can see that the door to personal healing and happiness is outside of the familiar, right? So the door to personal healing and happiness is not in your current job, it's not in your current relationship, it's not in your current home, it's outside of that. Now again, some of you could be staying in your home and it could be a change of career. Some of you it could be a change of relationship. Some of you it could be going from single to journeying into love. Okay, you don't have to throw the baby out with the bathwater, right? You don't have to give up your whole life. You don't have to crash and burn. But I'm saying there's a journey coming for you. And that journey is into something that you fear for a long time. Because I do think Capricorns can get very, very stuck in the matrix mentality. They can get stuck in the 9 to 5. They can get stuck in the convenient relationship, because you rule Saturn rules the devil, entrapment, enslavement. If you're a Capricorn moon, you can enslave your emotions in things that are dark and toxic, and there's things to learn there. And I also feel like some of you are going from a very practical mind to a spiritual mind to an enlightened mind. So sometimes Capricorns love the whole black and white, but I think there's been some people that you've been watching, or some teachers, or some things that have come to your attention, and your mind is opening. There's some shades of grey there. It's like, maybe for example, you never believed in astrology, but now you're kind of tapping into it. Maybe you didn't believe in religion and now you're tapping into it. So I feel like you're coming out of this kind of rigid black and white practical approach, and you're being open-minded, basically. This can be where you said, I've been married before and I'm never going to marry again. This can be where you kind of told yourself that you were always going to just like do a certain career, but now you're kind of starting to open your mind to new possibilities, okay? So some of you are very, very triggered internally because you know that you're not living at your highest potential. You know you're not... this is where you go to these sweat jobs. It's akin to factory work, right? Like when we did the factories when we were younger. I remember when I worked in a beer factory. So you had to get all the beers and you had to get all the alcohol and put them... I liked it though. Not that I'd want to live there. Live there. Most people do. But I'm not laughing, but I'm saying like they do, right? But yeah, I remember I was 15 and I got offered this job, and it was called Camac. And it was all legal and everything, because at that time you could do it really young, as long as you declared NI and all stuff like that. But that was my first job, and yeah, you had to like pack these boxes, but I liked it. But I think it's because I'm a Gemini, so for me I've done many different jobs. I'm a personal trainer, fashion designer, world coach, so I've done many different jobs, and I think as a Gemini we get inspired by trying different things, and yeah, I feel like some of you have kind of been in that where you've kind of, you don't mind the job. It's a job, it offers money, but it's got no growth. It doesn't offer enough money for you to be able to live the life that you want to live. And this is the problem with these bottom level jobs. It's not even the job that you're necessarily doing. It's more there's just no growth. Like, it's not like they sit there and go, this person's like a really good factory worker, like, let's reward them. Like, you're just on the same shit day in and day out. So I think that's why people don't like these jobs, right? But anyway, you're stepping out of that and you're stepping into living a life on your terms, basically. Some of you are stepping out of a rigid mindset, especially the older Capricorns, and you're like, fuck this, nothing to lose, everything to gain. Let's go and live on a boat. Let's go and get married again. Let's get a bag and go and live in the wilderness. You know, you're just shocking yourself, like. So yeah, and I think for some of you, it's like you're just done. You're done sitting there every day and just listening to the same old shit and the same old conversations, and it's the government's fault and it's the Matrix fault. Shut the fuck up. God, you're like poison to the mind. You're making me want to noose myself off. You know, like, seriously, that's you, not me. I'm just saying, like, well, me too, but some of you are just like, I can't do this anymore. You know, you're tired of the negativity on the news. You're tired of the families who constantly show up bleeding shit on your shoulders. It's like, you know, man holding a heart. For the Capricorn woman, love is there, but you're going to have courage to take it. For the Capricorn man, you can be the man who opens his heart, or you can keep it closed. So that's what I'm getting here. This is you, and you can see that his heart is closed. But what's life without love? What's life without challenge? What's life without living? Death. You're dead. Most people don't realise that they're already dead. I mean, yeah, you're breathing in air, but that's all you're doing. You know? And so life is about our connections. It's about getting out into the thick of it. It's about challenging ourselves. It's about opening our heart. It's about being scared shitless, but doing it anyway. Or we're dead. Okay? And we got daughter spirit. So some of you are kind of, I think you're shocking yourself because you're like, did I just watch a tarot reader? Did I just contact a spiritual community? You know, because Capricorns are all like, you just do it and stuff like that. So yeah, some of you, there's some amazing cards here. Daughter value, daughter personal healing and happiness. Some of you are reconnecting with your spirit instead of being constantly in the mind. And you're watching certain teachers who are becoming profound for you, like these people. It's almost like when they speak, you can feel the conviction of the truth. It makes sense on a spiritual level for you. It makes sense on a deeper, profound level for you. It's not just someone talking, and you know, you can feel the truth within what they're saying. Happy family. It's gorgeous. It's just nice to see. I've really enjoyed this playlist because I feel like there's so many people who are just like, okay, I'm safe alone, but what's the point? A lot of people want the tribe back. They want the family. They want better, you know. And again, we did just have a full moon in Taurus, so I feel like it's like a lot of people are realising that they're living out through the collective fear. They're living out through the parents. Like, they're not living in their own embodiment. They're not living in their own spirit. They're living in the mass propaganda, the mass fear. You know, they've let it get inside them. People stopped listening to themselves and they was listening to the mind again and again. But I think a lot of people are just like, nah. Not everyone, obviously. There's fireworks going on outside, but it is what it is. You know, it's me, Virgo. I'm like, will you shut the fuck up and turn the music down? I'm going to live in the mountains with my husband. I'm going to live in the mountains. They're going to be like, where's Elisa? We're like in the mountains. But seriously, you get one life, Capricorn. I know you've been hurt. I know you've been betrayed. I know the Matrix feels safe, but it's also suffocating. It's poisonous. It's a lot of people are losing the way. It's becoming highly dangerous. Like, you know, people think going and living in the fields is dangerous. Stay in the Matrix. It's like a psych unit out here. It's not funny either. I shouldn't be laughing. Okay, let's move on anyway. It's a tragedy, you know. It really is. Okay, so we've got the Two of Torches reversed. None of this going between ideas and going between worlds. It's time to start making it happen. You're going in a box. I keep saying this to people. You know, I see people acting like shameful. And I feel like saying, you do know you're going to die. And it could be today. And this is how you're conducting your motherfucking business. You know, get a grip on your fucking life. I just wish we moved back to the old school, because in the olden days, that's how we talked to each other. There was none of this fluffy ass shit. You know, people would tell you to get a grip. You know, now it's all like, don't say nothing, be kind. Like, what are you talking about? Oh. Okay. Okay, what else are we seeing for Capricorn, please? Okay, Strength reversed, and we've got the Queen of Cups. I feel like someone's got an addiction that's out of control. So someone's emotions are out of control. So I do get that for some of you Capricorns. You're trying to build a future with a masculine who's holding his heart back. You're really triggered. This is toxic. It's really destructive. It's really affecting your emotions. But this can also be someone who's got an addiction that's out of control. This can also be someone who's eating and drinking too much to cope with how they feel. Okay? But we use food, we use alcohol, we use these things to numb our misery, to cope, you know. And there's a time where, you know, you just want to live and you want to drink and you want to eat. And my favourite thing is, you know, the cheesecakes in Morrison's, but I can't eat the cheesecakes out of Morrison's anymore because I had murder with them all yesterday because they were being matrix little fucks. I can still eat cheesecakes, but yeah, they were just acting like matrix idiots, right? So I said, I'm never shopping in this store again. And the manager's like, oh, you know, I'm so sorry to hear that. I was like, what? Like, you sound like you're reading out of a book. Like, at least sound authentic. But yeah, cheesecake is like my favourite thing, where I could just get fat for cheesecake, like put a full 5 cheesecakes and I'll muscle through them and won't even burp afterwards. But seriously, you know, there's times in your life where you just want to eat the food, you want to drink, you want to party, you want to be loose, right? But if you do it too much, it's coming from a coping mechanism. You're using it to cope. You know, it's not coming from a place of just generally enjoying life and food and drink, which we should. God did, you know. God drunk wine every day, right? There's nothing wrong with enjoyment, but if we're doing it too much, it's a coping mechanism. So I do think some of you need to start getting in the gym. You need to start asking people. Maybe this is, you know, AA, or it's like certain people who can help you with an addiction, okay? I think a message I just there for some of you is you've got a closet addiction, which is even worse. So some of you are like bad gamblers, or you're bad drinkers, but nobody really knows because you're good at hiding it. And that's the worst kind of addiction, because basically you're going to unravel, it's going to catch you, okay? And it's not going to be good when it does, okay? So, okay, 10 of Swords and the 2 of Pentacles. So the 10 of Swords is a person who, but this is you getting a bigger picture perspective. This is you changing your mindset, changing the narrative around who you are, your life, your value. Remember the daughter value. Okay, because remember, most people are living out through what their parents told them, through what their collective group has told them over time. So they're living out through that narrative, and it's not true. And I'm going to be honest, you know, some of you this week, you're very contained in points. And then there is points where you call people right to the face. And I think it's necessary. I've done it a few times in the last couple of weeks. But I've stayed in control, right? But I've went for it. Because the Matrix wants to make a show of you, and it's hoping that you'll feel too ashamed to stand up to them. And it's using your aggression against you. And it's like, nah, you want to make me feel small? I'm going to make you look small and I'll win, you know. But also, like I said, with these people, I wouldn't really bother with them too much. They're deeply miserable. Most of them aren't even normal anymore because they are using alcohol, they are using drugs, they are on psych meds. I'm not trying to be rude, I'm just telling you the facts. You know, some people are really arguing with just totally checked out dysfunctional people. You're not talking to a person anymore at all. I've noticed this with the older generation. Like, the older generation put their head down a lot, and it's not because they're weak. They'll fucking call you. It's I feel like as you get older, And older people say this to me a lot. They're like, Lisa, you learn what to acknowledge and you learn what to ignore. It's like water off a duck's back. And they're not putting their head down because they're weak. They're putting their head down because they know what to fight for, and they know what to just be like, listen. You know? So, you know, we need to learn from that. Okay? So we got the Knight and then we got the Hierophant. So, you know, it's time to get out of your fears. It's time to get out of darkness. It's time to stop hiding. Because the Knight is like where we kind of, we recoil. You know, we you know, and it's time to get out there and rebuild. The Hierophant. Some of you have got a new relationship coming your way. Could be with an Aries, could be with a Taurus. See, people walk around for years with their head down, and then something comes along and the happiness is reborn. So for the Capricorns watching this who kind of feel bleak and miserable, it's not you, it's the systems you're living in. It's the fears that are holding you captive. Your life can change in a second. Like, for example, if someone told you tomorrow you'd won the lottery, do you think you'd be happy? Right? You go from pretty damn miserable to pretty damn happy in 10 seconds flat. Right? Now, a depressed person, you'd say to them, you won the lottery, and they'd be like, yeah. Okay? Most people are not depressed, they're just fucking, you know, stressed. You know, and it's the reality that they're living in. So what we're trying to tell you is, by changing your reality, your whole mood will change, your whole state will change. And for some of you, it means the Great Awakening, a whole new life. The life you was always destined to live. We're not destined to live in these kennels that we call houses. We're not destined to go to these scutty-ass jobs and feed each other poison. I mean, I love the people of the Matrix. They're like, this Matrix. I'm like, don't you go to the Matrix every day? Don't you run the Matrix? What are you talking about? The shit they throw at you in food and drink these days is shameful. Dogs eat better than us. You know? It's crazy, right? But we're all doing it to each other, right? So what I'm saying is, some of you Capricorns, you're like, yeah, fuck this. Like, you're being attacked internally as well. I think your ancestors, your DNA, your primal self is attacking you. It knows what it's putting in its mouth, what it's consuming, what it's doing is bad. You know? And I think some of you, it's like, you know, you need to rebuild. I do think some of you have been living out through other people. You've been observing other people. Like, that's their game. Focus on you. You're going to get nothing in this world focusing on other people, cutting other people down. Just more misery. You know, some people are not, some of you, you're not cutting other people down, you're building them up, but you're also not going to get nothing there. You should build other people up, you should support them, but I'm saying do it for yourself too. So some of you are truly genuine people who support people and you give to people, that's great. Capricorns can be great nurturers, great builders, they can kind of take a lot of, they tend to be like the person who's like the backbone of everybody. But they tend to stand back a lot, and it's like, nah, sometimes you need to stand in the light and shine. You know? It's the producer, not the singer. It's the person who created the platform, not the... You know what I'm trying to say? It's the person who's the backbone, but they really just don't get that appreciation. And sometimes it's like, no, appreciate me. Let me shine. You know? Let me be seen. I think that's what Capricorns need to do. I think you need to stop sitting back and you need to stand out, right? Some of you again now, I keep seeing like a man who wants to go to a whole different world, like he's just wants out of the Matrix. You know? But as you exit the Matrix, like I said, the Matrix is a very comfortable system that does offer you a lot more than you think until you leave it. But it also is not good. It's breaking our mind apart, it's disconnecting us from our spirit, it's disconnecting us from each other, it's poisoning us, it's not good. Some people will stay in it till they die, and some people will say, no, I'm going to live on a boat, I'm going to go and live in the mountains, I'm going to create a farm, the world is yours. Go make it happen, right? And you're going to feel fear, because it's the unknown and the mind, but again, you can do it, okay? You should fear more to not love again. You should fear more to not be all you can be before you die. Right? You should fear not being connected to your spirit and constantly trusting other people's minds and other people's voices in this matrix, because that's all it is. It's just noise. Everyone telling you who you are and what you should be and what you shouldn't say and who the fuck are you? Not for sale. Tell me who I am. I know who I am. It's okay to get guidance. It's okay to network ideas, but don't tell me my own mind. Don't tell me what I... No. You know, stop asking other people, who am I? What should I do? Connect with your spirit and it'll tell you. Right? All tied up. Life is not supposed to be stressed. You're not supposed to be restricted. You're not supposed to restrict what you think. You're not supposed to restrict your mind. You're not supposed to play small. It's time to break the binds, right? And once you get that momentum, Capricorn, no one's stopping you. Okay? So stop being your own ball and chain. If you want a personal reading, it's in the IDOT, but new love is coming, a whole new journey. But you need to take, you know what they say, all great journeys start with a first step. So that journey cannot begin unless you're willing to take the first step, go on that first date, start researching ideas for companies, start researching potential properties. Like, unless you take the first step, it's not going to happen. Okay, so the universe is trying to propel energy, it's trying to move you, but again, it can't force you. Remember, the devil is manipulative and forces you, but the divine doesn't manipulate you. It gives you signals, it gives you sensations, it sends people, but it doesn't manipulate you. Okay, so hopefully this was helpful. Check out the personals, like, comment, remember what I said. The one who puts in the most effort for signs is going to be prioritised from now on. Have a great week and I'll speak to you soon.